And filling in this time, California's 43rd District Congressional nominee, a Republican, Joe Collins, former congressional nominee, I should say, also a Navy veteran. Joe, great to see you and have you with us for the panel. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, so President Biden, a lot of folks on the left, Joe, have said that this was a dire threat to democracy, but misdemeanor charges. And again, we see this trend where for political reasons or to stoke their base, Democrats come on with terms like insurrection and insurrectionists and seditionists and things like that. But of course, the prosecutors have a much more difficult job.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. They're going to have a real hard job trying to charge everyone with something more than a misdemeanor, more than just a trespass. And I mean, it's hard to take over a building that's open to the public. But one thing that the Biden administration and the rest of the Democrats had twisted was this wasn't a threat to democracy. It was a threat to the lawmakers on Capitol Hill who have failed the American people over and over and over again.
I do want to play a clip, though, from Joe Scarborough over on MSNBC, and he's apparently a big fan of the idea of these vaccine passports. Take a listen to how he labeled the people who don't like this idea.
The idiocy is just, be honest, they're acting recklessly and irresponsibly. They're being stupid. They're following conspiracy theories. They're following a failed a game show host or a reality TV host. And they don't understand, I guess, because maybe they're such morons they can't understand this. Now, if they don't want to take the vaccine and they want to die, that's their right as Americans. They don't have to take the vaccine and they can die.
Joe, are you a fan of the idea of vaccine passports? I imagine you're not in the same train of thought as Joe Scarborough.
No, not in the least bit. And, he said that people who are anti-vaccine passport or anti-vaxxers are morons. And I don't understand how you can make that assumption. I normally don't take medical advice from reporters or people who have a failing platform.
We have the doctors we have, all of them advocate for folks to get the vaccine. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is not the mRNA vaccine that so many people have a problem with. But TW, the bullying here, Anna made a great point. Your medical stuff is your own personal stuff, and a lot of these folks want to bully us for not wanting to wear masks. Some folks are apprehensive about the vaccine, and a lot of folks are apprehensive about these passports.
Well, you bet they are, and they should be. You think about the history of African Americans in this country, John. Don't forget it was the Tuskegee Airmen who were injected with syphilis and not treated for it because the government wanted to explore what the effects would be. So I think there are a lot of people who have concerns about the idea of a vaccine passport. And I think Joe was being basically racially insensitive to many African Americans who do have concerns about it, who are waiting to see what the effects will be. But the reality is this, as has been mentioned by the other panelists.
I didn't think about that part of it, TW, but that's a fair point. We're going to have to shut it off there because we are out of time, unfortunately. But great conversation, guys. Joe, great to see you, TW. And Anna, thanks so much. All right, coming up, experts